What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, and this time around we are taking a look at the Wizard. So the Wizard is your long-range AoE, basically utter destruction type of character. He has, extremely powerful ranged attacks. You do have to manage your mana, of course, but on top of that, we can actually draw mana back from targets. So tossing out a fireball, a little bit of chain lightning. You can see like that whole group is dead. Okay, here we go. Here's another group. First thing I'm gonna do is suck all the mana out of you. And now we'll just zap everything. And that's his dodge move, which is pretty badass. Like, oh look, this thing looks like it could be a threat. Nope, just kidding. Now it's frozen in place. Like, it's kind of absurd how much damage we can actually do. So some other cool stuff. Group healing, always a good thing. And then we have this super badass magic shield that we can put up. Which now for 30 seconds, we have grapple resistance, stun resistance, knockdown resistance, and knockback resistance. In addition to just higher defense. And damage taken will go into our mana. So, all in all, for your mage archetype, pretty freaking well-rounded. Like, just dead. Instantly killed by the fireball. I think this has been the fastest character I've leveled so far, just simply due to the, raw power that the Wizard has, like how much AoE potential he can just, he just nukes entire groups like they're nothing. Corner. Oh, I haven't even used my other stuff yet, so he also has melee attacks, which just beating stuff with your staff will help to restore your mana if it really comes down to it. We also have a dagger that we can use, which is like 100% critical hit chance. Yeah, pretty brutal. Let's suck mana off one of you guys. Get any mana. You fell into the rock. Always takes forever to get these masks. It's always the throwers. The other goblins, I'm killing so many of them, you get the loot like near instantly. But the throwers, always a bit of a pain. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh no, never mind. That is not happening right now. Wow, this thing can hurt. But this is kind of good. You guys are getting to see the downside of a class like this, and that is the obvious lack of survivability it has when it does get stuck in open combat. Alright, I think I just managed to out-kite that thing. Alright, should be okay up here. Boom! One cauldron down. Kind of funny to do. This is the jig, because it's like you're creating an after image of yourself when you shoot, I guess. It's like some Mortal Kombat. Oh god, no. I'm out of mana. Stay there. I'm having way too much fun doing that. It's so stupid. I mean, when you consider the AoE potential of wizards, probably something that would be really, really fun to have in a group, simply because of the fact that, you know, they're going to be able to tag massive, massive groups of enemies. And, like, once the enemies are tagged, that's all that matters. I mean, from that point, Like, I honestly think that, I think Warrior Wizard is probably going to be one of the best leveling combinations in this game. Just because having a Warrior that could get up front and, you know, basically the way it would work is your Wizard could go in. I mean, your Chain Lightning is, how many targets is it? I think 5 at least? Let's see. Alright, so Fireball hits 4 targets. Chain Lightning is 3 targets. Freeze is 2 targets. You have Earthquake here, and that's 6 hits. Accuracy 5, additional hit. I think that's just, yeah, damages all enemies. So this guy's just stacked on AoE, and it wouldn't be hard for, like, you know, Wizard just tosses out Chain Lightning, pops like 6 or 7 enemies, and then a Warrior just sits there and taunts, and then the Wizard just cleans up. So you guys are seeing what we're capable of. Like, we had that one little run-in a little bit earlier where we had to, you know, kind of dodge and, you know, actually start hauling ass. And, you know, that's the weakness of it. You're a wizard. You can't really afford to take any damage. I really like the dodge attack. Man, this thing is brutal. I don't need fighters, I need hammers and shields. Give me that shield. Alright, and now just some big dudes. Oh, I don't have enough skill points for teleport. Though I still think Berserker is actually kind of on par with the AoE damage of the Wizard. Like, Berserker is kind of disgusting. You guys will end up seeing him tomorrow. It's actually going to be a much longer video than these ones. Quality won't be as high. Like, you know, it's not going to be 1080p 60 FPS because it was pulled off the stream, but instead of that, you guys will get to see kind of how fast you're able to level up and progression as the Berserker gets more and more smash-tastic. Boom! Another one bites the dust. So much AoE. What you gotta do when you start you just like materialize your staff. And I think we're almost up to the part where I kill the boss dude, so it'll be fun to get to try that out and see how easy it is with the see how many fireballs to the face it takes to knock one of those guys out. Yay! Let's find teleport. Look at some of the other abilities while we're running here. Spellbound Heart summons a magical object to replenish MP. That's pretty badass. Magical object that attracts enemies' attention. Okay, it's nice. Healing Lighthouse. Recover the HP of self and friends. Protected area. Huge defensive area around the character where self and friends are protected, drastically raising their defense. Earthquake, of course. Being our big AoE. Blizzard. Frigid Fog. Spreads a frigid fog to attack enemies with cold. Residual lightning. Oh yeah, this one drops lightning down from the sky. Ooh, and it creates like an AoE ring after the fact. Lightning Storm. Teleport. Instantly teleports within range using magical power. Shift and spacebar. Movement speed plus 10 for 10 seconds. Invincible until character appears again. You know people are going to be using that constantly in PvP to juke. There's going to be some really, really amazing jukes. Meteor Shower? Oh man. Okay, that's pretty badass. God. Oh, and Resurrection. What's the top tier? Revives friends and completely recovers their HP and MP, WP, or SP. Wow. Well, we know that every single wizard will be sought after for PvE groups, that's for sure. Alright, let's go take down this big guy, and we'll wrap things up there. So like I said, I know a lot of this is stuff that we did on other characters, but with it being a beta, you know, the biggest thing for me right now is at least trying the different classes and seeing what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy, and that way, when we actually approach release, you know, I'll know what classes I want to level up. And I think I have... I think I've decided on that from what I've gotten to experience. I mean, I know we didn't upload a Ranger video. I did play Ranger, but, you know, honestly, I felt like Ranger, the gameplay was just really kind of dull. I mean, I think it's very well done for a range character, but I mentioned in one of the other videos, it's all, like, weaving attacks in and out and, like, evading while you fire, but until you get up to, like, level 20 with it, you don't have all that many shots. And we're kind of seeing something like that similar with the wizard here. You know, we have our lightning, we have our freeze, we have our fireball. And those are really our three main damagers, aside from, you know, when we just go ahead and, you know, use the staff to hit stuff. ranger, we had like a regular shot. We had a an explosive variant of it where we could like use the trigger to give it a little bit of AoE pop to it. We had a multi-shot thing, like a small like 3-4 arrow multi-shot to hit targets in front of us. And we had like a volley type thing where you'd like rapidly let loose a couple of arrows at your target. Oh, wow. Okay, you just got freaking wrecked. Like, absolutely wrecked. See, that's kind of the overpowered thing about the dagger. Like, you're never really getting, like, you don't almost never, like, you almost never get in range like that. But, like, look at this. Damage, 550% by 2 hits. Critical hit, 100%. Inflicts stiffness on hit. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, could you imagine this, the top one? 950% damage in 2 hits? Like, I almost want to play a wizard in PvP just to, like, teleport up behind people and be like, dagger poke! Like a frickin' Tonberry from the Final Fantasy series with the amount of damage those daggers do. Awesome. And that would give us a new badass staff. Aw, yeah. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, new staff. I like how all the wizards by default they they all look like Gandalf. Like everybody's like, let's just make them all Gandalf. That's a good way to approach things. Oh man. Alright guys, either way, that's gonna wrap up this one. Like I said, there's not a tentative date just yet set for this game. Right now, all we know is Q1 2016, which could mean January, February, or March. My expectation is that it'll probably end up getting released right around mid to late February. There's still another closed beta test coming, and I'd imagine that'll probably be early January, and then following that is when they'll usually move towards launch. So definitely really excited for it, just based on what I've gotten to experience so far. Sorceress, definitely going to be my primary class. And then that will likely be followed by either a tamer or a warrior. And then whenever they finally get around to releasing Blader and Ninja, those are 2 other classes I'll definitely be looking into. Berserker was fun and all, but ultimately I feel that warrior would have more worth to me than Berserker. Like Berserker looks pretty badass, but I also got to consider the awakening weapons, and where a warrior is going to be getting a great sword, Berserker just gets like a hand cannon. And I don't really want a hand cannon, Like, I mean, the dual axe thing is pretty badass, but the hand cannon, nah. Whereas a giant greatsword on my warrior, oh yeah, that is Berserk written all over it, so. Wizard, I don't know. It's fun, but sitting on the back line and blowing stuff up has never really been my cup of tea. I'm more an in-your-face kind of mage, which is, why I like the Sorceress so much. But either way, hopefully you guys appreciated a look at the classes, and if you decide to get the game, hopefully this helps you guys determine what kind of class you want. So with that being said, thanks for coming by, and we'll see you guys at release when we actually get started with a playthrough of it.